Today, because we're going to have some singing right here on the show. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. This is TVC Breakfast on Wednesday, the midweek edition. My name is Nelson Etta. Ria, I can't wait for you to take soprano and then you go and take alto.
For me, it's fast.
Exactly.
No, he's just going to be supporting. He will be supporting at the back. But anyway,
somebody will have a donkey, the brain of a donkey sound.
But anyway, it's going to be a fantastic show today. Today, the show is packed, and I'm very excited for the conversations we're going to be having as well. You know, I've been saying this thing, the way time flies. Like, it was Monday not too long ago.
Absolutely.
It's Wednesday already.
Really, I like this time to be flying because I want to fly to London pretty soon. So
for me, it just says chase all your dreams because time waits for no one. But definitely, it's going to be a fantastic show this morning. I tell you, the show is very, very packed. So you need to sit, relax, and make sure you enjoy everything we're serving you with. Don't forget how we start the show. We're going to have later on, we'll have our newspaper review where Nelson tells us everything that made the headlines. And then we go to FCT. We'll have conversations concerning Nupeng. We also have quite an intriguing interview. We're doing entertainment on the show. We get to speak about it, talk about music as well. And then Nelson again will give us everything that's trending all around the world. So like I always tell you, please grab your cup of coffee and let's have a fantastic show. But we'll start with the story where the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, is set to have a meeting with all domestic airlines in Abuja today to address ongoing flight disruptions. Now, NCAA Director of Public Relations, Michelle Achimagu, announced that the meeting will focus on several pressing issues, including unruly passenger behavior, refund and compensation challenges, and the introduction of RFID bag tags and enforcement of switch off your phone rules. Now, this comes just a day after Mr. Achimagu warned that the NCAA and the federal government's mandate to name and shame airlines that delay or cancel flights without properly attending to stranded passengers' welfare. Now, he stressed that airlines must provide hotel accommodation if passengers are kept waiting until midnight before a cancellation. Now, the meeting aims to improve the overall travel experience and protect both passenger and cabin crew. I like this. I'm excited about this because I share a story with you. I remember, I'm not going to mention the flight name, but I remember one time that my flight was delayed. And I tell you what, Nelson, I suffered because it was in the night.
I wanted to say, I was thinking you would say they put you in the hotel.
No, first of all, they said they were going to put me in the hotel. Then if you see the kind of hotel they put me in, I just had to not stay there. And in the night, risk my life to look for somewhere else to stay. Yeah. So, you know, when I see things like this, I'm very excited because a lot of passengers have been through it in one way or the other. Some passengers have even gone through like their things stolen just because the airline has delayed the flights, no accommodation provided, nothing provided, and you get to see that they just go through so many hardships. And then we talk about unruly behavior. Of course, we spoke about the Ibom Air thing, you know, we saw what happened and all of that. But I think this is a step in the right direction, just saying that we're going to have this meeting, we're going to put all these regulations, and right now, you know, everybody knows what to do. As a passenger, you know the way to behave. As an airport authority, as an airline, you also know the way to behave.
I think the meeting is coming way too late. Yes, it's coming way too late because these things have been there over the years. You're talking about just one flight that was delayed. I've had more than 28 or 30 flights delayed, and the delayed stuff. In fact, you have a flight for like 9 a.m. and they keep rescheduling. They keep rescheduling till 7 p.m.
That's right.
You know, I've had that experience so many times.
And
so
they apologize.
many
times. No vex.
No, nothing like apology. There are
when
some.
do you get the apology?
Some you don't get the apology.
Nothing like apology. There are some where they cancel the flight even before the flight date and no message is sent to you. Not, I mean, just a message, a text message is not sent to you. You know, so this meeting, I'm not too excited that it's happening now. It would have happened like 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
You know, it's annoying.
I'm excited it's happening. The most important thing is that now solution is coming. You know, whether late or not, something good is going to happen. So I'm very much excited about that. But, you know, when we talk about these conversations of airline canceling, you know, flights and all of that, in their own defense, and I'm just trying to play devil's advocate, you know, an airline will tell you that I'd rather cancel than fly and the plane crash. But then again, I don't have a problem canceling a flight. The only problem I have is that make proper, you know, the way I'll stay. Like if you're canceling my flight, you need to apologize, you need to talk to me rightly. And that's what I think that they lack. I don't have a problem if something is wrong and you feel like the flight has to be cancelled. I don't want to die, you know, and that's why when I see when they say, oh, the aircraft has a problem, we're cancelling flight, and people start shouting, I'm like, do you want to enter and fall down? Of course not. But for me, For me, I just want to say things should be done the right way. Even if you want to cancel, there's a way to treat your passengers.
That's right. Sometimes they'll tell you that it's due to weather conditions. Sometimes they'll give you all sort of stories. You know, it could be flights, maintenance and all of that. Because most of these aircraft, in all fairness, they fly. The moment they land, they are getting ready to also pick the next passengers because they also need to make ends meet. Maybe not at the detriment of the passengers. But why this is happening, I'm telling you that it's not the first time that they're having this kind of a meeting. They've had it several times. In 2023, I experienced much more flight delays. When I had to go to Abuja for the 2023 elections. But I didn't really get the information directly. It was just the organization, directly relating with them. But I had to stay additional 4 days.
Did they provide accommodation and all of that?
No. Well, the organization already provided accommodation. So I had to go to the airport. Sometime I had to return back to the hotel. So it wasn't really biting. But you can imagine, I had so much to do back home. You can imagine someone who had a meeting to catch up, who had so many things. In 2024 alone, there were over 38,000 flight cancellations. And then, delays. And over 1,100 something, delays that happened in that same year. That's for 2024 alone. Imagine what had happened this year. Imagine what had happened, several years, back. So all of these things, the question is it the same thing that we experience outside of the country? Because the question that they were asked, don't you want to, feel, you don't want to see yourself as world class? Yes, you're providing services to passengers, but how are you positioning yourself in terms of reputation, which is very key.
Which is key as well. But I think that sometimes as well, we always just like to give a dog a bad name and hang it. Wherever it is in the world, they delay flights. Wherever it is in the world, they cancel flights. And that's why I'm just speaking on the fact that I feel like when we cancel flights, the way we treat the passengers is wrong. But now, Nelson, a meeting has been held. This is not the first time we see meetings being held. We just hope that, now they'll come to a conclusion.
You're going to be having a meeting later today.
Later today, and then it gets to work. They get to implement it. Because I'm not always excited when I hear a meeting will happen. I want to see after that meeting what happens.
Exactly. First of all, Rhea, let's lay out straight on the carpet. All airlines in this country must realize that customer is king. If we don't pay you, you don't fly. If we don't come to your aircraft, you go nowhere. And so the understanding that the customer is the driver of that business has to be at the front burner, first off. Because if they don't know that, then the understanding of how to treat customers cannot even come to play. Emotional intelligence has to come in here. You go to the airport and they talk to you as if you came to beg to be flown for free. I mean, we're paying huge money to be flown to anywhere we are going to. And so if the NCAA is having a meeting with all airline operators in this country, like Thomas said, which I absolutely agree, is coming late. However, never late than better. Is
better late than never.
Better late than never. Is here now. Most importantly, actions. If the NCAA and the Ministry of Aviation could also come in to give sanction to the Kwamwons and the Emersons and so forth, airlines should be given sanctions for delaying or cancelling flights, or even like Oshomole said when he went to the counter, being charged again for something he had already bought before.
And Nelson, you're so passionate about it. It seems like Nelson, you faced a lot.
Oh boy!
We can definitely go on and on about it. But what I'll just say is that also another thing they should look at is the culture of begging in the airport. It's a whole lot. That's another thing, because I feel like that thing sometimes is harassing. I think they should also look at that again.
No, so when you said that, it's not beggars that are coming to the airport.
No, not beggars. The officials. Yes. So they need to really look into.
Do you have anything for us? Got journalists. How's it going?
No, but funny enough, they don't really ask journalists because they're afraid.
No, some do it.
Some do not.
They will not check you thoroughly as they would, because they want to extort you because you're a journalist. But they will still, they have a soft way of asking.
They're Nigerians, and they watch your show and they see you. But anyway, I just hope the meeting comes to a good end and then it's implemented, because at the end of the day, the passengers must be treated nicely because they are giving you money to fly them wherever they're going, so you must treat them nicely. Well,